Thanks, Nate. Thanks, Coach. Hey, Coach, let's start first with points off turnovers. You guys force 11 turnovers, and you get 27 points off those turnovers. How big was that in the win today?
Well, I'm not sure that's quite accurate, but LJ did a tremendous job up in the front of the press, and the guys' activity early. Will, very first possession, gets a steal. With the exception of the start of the second half, I thought our activity was really good. I must really be motivating them at halftime, because that's about fifth or sixth time we've just been really sluggish out of halftime. So I'm going to quit talking and let those guys talk at halftime, because we got to get better start second half.
Well, I can't take credit for the 27 points off turnovers, but that's what it says in the official book right now. So
no, I saw it. I was just trying to figure out we didn't hit that many threes to get that. So I'm not sure what they came up with there.
How about LJ Figueroa, though, Coach? 20 points, a double-double with 14 rebounds. He had 5 steals for you as well, and that one sequence there with just all the steals and points in just a few seconds.
He was tremendous. He definitely was the difference in the game. His activity defensively, early boards. I thought he was really good. So thought he played his tail off and did some really good things.
Getting ready for Arizona now, Coach. It's a quick turnaround with a big matchup with the Wildcats coming up on Monday.
Real quick turnaround here, and they played this afternoon. I don't know how they did, but they had big win over USC where they were really sharp, and beat Washington State the other night pretty good. So no, it'll be a tough game. Obviously, the game there went down to the wire. We just got to get home, get rested, take a day where we just go mentally, hopefully get ready, because physically, playing 4 games in 7 days.
All right, Coach, thanks for spending a few minutes with us. And always, thanks for taking the time. I'll turn it over to everybody else. Thanks for the time, sir.
All right, we'll get into questions for the media. Media, use the raise hand function, and I'll call on you. We'll start with James Crepia from the Oregonian.
Dana, going back to the beginning of this week, do you think that Monday and that experience, did that spark the team's maturity that is obviously there? That because obviously you've mentioned before, the Bay Area trip's not always been easy for you guys, but this one was one that it seemed like a mature team went out there and took care of the business that they had to handle very efficiently today.
Yeah, I don't know, James. I know the team was embarrassed. They were upset with the way they played. I think that Eugene and some of the seniors got together and, decided that, the sense of urgency has to be there. We did play harder against Stanford. We weren't always real, just locked in, focused. I thought our focus defensively that first half was pretty good, especially the first, 13, 14 minutes when they only had 13 points. I thought our activity was really good. So, I hope there's a sense of urgency, and now we've got a really difficult week ahead after this difficult week. So, our conditioning and our mental toughness will really be tested.
Chris Hansen, register guard.
Yeah, Dana, you guys have won 7 of 8, so you're obviously in a little bit of a rhythm. Do you like the way that you're playing overall right now? Can you kind of look back at this long stretch that you've had and be like, hey, we're doing okay?
Yeah, and I don't think we've put it all together. We have those stretches where we're not connected. We give up a few easy baskets. So, I think there's a lot more in the tank. So I think we are making progress. I think we're a better team now than we were, definitely coming out of both pauses. We got everybody. I tightened up the rotation a little bit, but I think, we can get Frank and Jalen, our 2 freshmen, a few more minutes. We got to get those guys on the floor. because this week we got so many ball games and I'm playing guys 30 minutes. We're going to have to spread those minutes out a little bit better. But each game's different, and you got to get the one. You can't worry about the next one. You got to worry about winning this one and then move on to the next one, kind of like tournament play, where you just win the game you're playing, and then hope guys can toughen up and get the next one.
Matt Preem, 24/7 Sports.
Dana, LJ seemed to be really focused on just hustle plays early on in that game. And how much did that allow the whole team to play better? It really felt like just connectively, you guys were playing really good basketball with him focusing on just rebounding and defense.
I think LJ is just a big key for us. He's on the front of the press, and his activity and his energy is such a big key. When he's going, our team seems to play with more energy. So I think he's a huge key for our team. And when he plays with that kind of energy, we're a much better team. We're a much better team. I mean, right from the start, Will gets the first steal, and then we get some rebounds. I like the way we started the game on the defensive end, and we had some offensive possessions I wasn't really pleased with, but defensively, I thought we did some really good things.
Back to James Crepia.
Speaking of defense, Dana, I know we got going a little bit late, but for a while there, you guys were on track to not just your best performance against Bradley, which I think it still is statistically, but he was at one point shaping up for one of the worst games of his career. I know he ended up getting to 12 and 6, but how did you guys go about containing him? Because I realize some of it just doesn't really matter late. You guys really did, for about 30 to 35 minutes, do about as good a job as anybody's ever done against him.
Yeah, he got the 5 points late there on the drive and foul and hit the three. But I thought, our awareness, Will Richardson did a great job on him. Eric at times, LJ, we were in our zone, different guys had him, but I thought our awareness on him was really good, and enabled us to, contest his shots, not let him get into a rhythm. And because once he gets it going, man, he can get her going. So I thought our guys, a lot of the guys, Will, everybody did a great job.
Matt Preem.
I know if you look at the box score, you didn't watch the game, you might not think Chandler had a big impact on this game, but just his play the last 2 games has been really good, even if the box score doesn't show it, with just significance he's given you guys off the bench.
No, I think both last 2 games he's come off the bench and been really solid for us. Gives us a different look, with him and Eugene in there. We also went small with Eugene out and him in. So Chandler's been solid. Again, his aggressiveness, I think there's so much more there. I want him to be more aggressive defensively, more aggressive offensively, on the boards. He's got a lot of experience now in the last 2 years. So we need him to be a little more aggressive, and he's a really good passer and has a good understanding of the game. So just need him to pump it up a little bit.
James Crepia.
Was there a matchup you were trying to lean on a bit, Dana, or just what was Frank only played like the 15 to 20 seconds there?
Well, I wanted to get him some minutes there right before a TV timeout, and they got the layup, and then offensively, I wanted to put Eric in, and I put him in. We're just going offense defense there, James, and put Eric in, and he gets the 3 blocked, and they hit a 3. So shows you how much I know. But we were going to go offense and defense there. I wanted Frank to get some defensive possessions in the blue, and we just didn't finish that.
Last one for you, Coach. Back to Chris Hansen.
Yeah, Dana, I apologize if you've already answered this earlier. You were cutting out a little bit on my end. But what are your plans for tomorrow? Are you guys practicing tomorrow? Did I hear you say you're going to give them a little bit of rest?
No, we'll get together. I think the girls have a game tomorrow, so we'll probably have to go early. I'm taking it one day at a time. I do know that we are going to get together. I do know that we'll stretch out, loosen up. I know that Clay will be busy. We had some guys play 30-some minutes. We won't do much. We'll walk through Arizona stuff, go through a scouting report. We just played them, so we should be familiar with what they do. Rest and recovery is going to be more important than anything. College guys just aren't used to playing 4 games in 7 days, and we're going to finish up with 8 and 18 days. And that's just not a normal college schedule. So I'm not used to it. The players aren't used to it. So we're just kind of playing it day by day, but we won't do hardly anything tomorrow other than stretch them and get some shots up.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
All righty. Thank you.